Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. This is ATFS Saz. I'm currently in a dogfight with an Ace pilot in Falcon 4. I am going ACM invert, going to dogfight mode, and I'm pressing Shift 3 to bring up my situational awareness bar. I will now try to find the bogey, which is already on my 6. This might be a long demonstration since the bogey has already had good position on me for me setting up the controls. However, the basic tenements are always the same. I am at 500 knots. Look at my situational awareness bar. I'm using my angle of attack, which is the line with the colors on it, yellow, green, and red. I am making a simple turn, yellow and green, to keep above 400. The reason I'm keeping above 400 is because 450 is usually a good turning radius for the F-16. Anything above that gives me extra pulling power, so like now I could pull really hard on the stick, then I could release and then stay at 450 again. When I do that, I end up giving the bogey a lot of angles problem. You see, it's having a very difficult time getting his nose around on my jet. You see, he's actually firing at me, but the bullets can't get to the jet because of the amount of G's that I'm pulling. Plus, in order for him to pull towards my jet, he's going to have to extend a lot of energy. I'm also going to make it doubly difficult for the bogey because now I'm going to try to increase my altitude. If you look at the bar on the left, you'll see that I'm actually gaining altitude, 14,000, 15,000, and I'm still at 400 knots. Bogey just went down to gain some speed. Now he's coming back up and expending that energy that he just gained, while I, on the other hand, is still at 400 knots and my speed is increasing. If you notice, the bogey is no longer raiding on me. I'm gonna start pulling into the green now. I'm gonna start the fight. Instead of being at 400 knots for the fight, I'm gonna start being around, 450. I'm gonna start fighting at 400. I like the line of sight rate, which is the rate. Line of sight rate is the rate that the guy is actually moving across your canopy. So you see how he's moving across my canopy here, but his nose, if you notice, is not pointed anywhere near the front of my jet. Now he's actually in a turning fight with me, but I'm rating a lot faster than he is. If you notice, my bar is coming around up on his jet faster than he is coming towards me. At this point, I'm going to try to use my energy against him. So now I'm going to use a little bit of my altitude. I'm not going to go too far, around 10,000. Then I'm going to start pulling back on the stick so I could get my rate up. Very nice. Bogey still can't get anything on me. I'm still at 400. I'm going to use some stick discipline here. Really come around, a little bit of lag pursuit. Don't let the rotation confuse you off the screen. The stick position is always the same. I'm 400 knots. If you see how slow the bogey is moving towards the air, I wish I could switch down and show you how he's actually moving, but he's moving very slow compared to me. I'm at 400 knots. Bogey is climbing again. I'm going to do another lead pursuit on him. You notice he can't get his nose around on me, but I can on him. And remember, we started this match in a defensive position. I'm not going to take this shot. Bogey knows I'm on him, so now he's going to try defensive maneuvering. I'm now braking. He's going into the ground. He could pull out in any direction, but I want to try to use my altitude, stay above him, and not give up too much of my speed. So while I do lead pursuit and I wait to take my best shot possible. Careful not to overshoot the bogey. It's an ace pilot, so he's gonna jink for a while. So if you feel like you're gaining too fast, the best thing I like to do is just turn away to one side and then come back into the fight. Guns are tricky. It's more like an art. You have to kind of guess at which side. So once you saddle up, which is what I'm doing now, I'm behind the bogey, just be patient. The bogey is the one that has to really do most of the defensive maneuvers. And if you notice the little circle
Warning,
next to that plus sign on my
warning.
EEGs, that's what I use for my aiming. I don't know exactly what it does, but if I put it on the bogey and I have the right lead pursuit, I usually get a good hit. It's like a snapshot of sorts. Like now, see? Got him. And he's on fire, and I like to look at the bogey while the bogey's on fire. Don't know. I like the explosion. And that was it. So a bogey started on my 6 with good energy.
Warning.
And now explodes on my nose. Good job.